Are you special? I'm going to give you some special steps. But I'm also going to talk about Access Data's FTK. Now, some important things. We will spend our time not on FTK. Well, we'll do a little FTK. Here's the thing. What I want you to know is your technical processes in order to process data as a forensics investigator. That will help you in the real world. That will also help you for your exam so that you understand what's going on. So I needed a way to take everything that we've talked to up to this point, this is a mid-course correction, and compress that all together and say, here are the concepts without going through the process a whole bunch of different times. I also have another problem, and that problem is that FTK is not on your exam. Also, the problem with FTK is that if you want to get a hold of a copy of FTK, you can only get version 1.8. Currently, we're on version 5 of FTK. You can't get a free download of it. It has some security constraints on it so that it requires that you actually pay for the license. You try and steal from Access Data and they're not going to let you. That's a good thing. Downloads aren't free. There's no demo version. And most of the labs that are out there are weak because FTK has moved on and is so much more, elegant and powerful now. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the interfaces of FTK. I'm not going to walk you through it, and you should not do any labs on FTK unless your forensics examiner that is in charge of cases says do so, and here's the license for it. So let's think about this. You want to use a tool. You're a rookie in the field. You've never done this before. Is somebody going to let you spend $5,000 to $10,000 on a tool? Are you going to write a check for $4,000 for FTK? Probably not. Okay. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a senior examiner that you're working with. Go find a senior examiner. Go find somebody who's in forensics and talk to them and learn from them and ask them if you can help, learn, be a journeyman underneath of them. You're going to use what they use. They're going to say, I use this tool, here's a copy of it, go ahead. Or, in my case, the customer says, I don't use FTK. I use Encase. This is our Encase. Here's our Encase file, and I'll send them to you. Okay, I'm going to use Encase. So you're either going to use what an examiner chooses for you or what a customer chooses for you, but you're not going to go out and plunk down $4,000. It's highly unlikely. So therefore, for me to talk to you about FTK without you buying the tool, well, that gets a little weak. So what I decided to do was talk about what the tool can do for you, how you can learn about the tool, and how you can make your choices later on. So let's talk about what the tool can do. Well, it gets an image. Well, Dean, I can do that with DD, or I can do that with any tool. Yeah, well, I mean, that's an important part of what it does. Now, here's the thing that it does that individual tools don't do. It helps you get organized. It helps with bookmarks. It helps with reports. It helps speed up your searches. It's an amazing tool for doing just that. Now, the key feature in FTK that has been the key feature that everybody loves is it does indexing better than anybody else. Now, here's the rookie. The rookie mistake is that you get a file that's been handed to you. This is your image file that's been handed to you, and you decide at the beginning of the day to start indexing that file. It's going to take all day. You don't have time for that. You should be doing something else. What successful forensics examiners do most of the time is they either set this up on a special purpose workstation that'll all do all of its indexing without them, or they do this at the end of the day because they realize that they're going to turn this on, and it's like watching paint dry. So it does its first index across all of those files, and then you have an optimized search so that it indexes every single word, every single different part of a word, all the different phrases that are out there. And then when you come back tomorrow and you type in, I'm searching for this kind of illicit activity, It's already indexed all that stuff, and it says it's here, 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 and here. I'm looking for this word, here, 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 and it gives it all to you. Also, what's going to happen is as your case develops, you're going to repeat these searches over and over and over again. You don't want it to serially search through all of that. You want it to build those indexes for you. So really the only thing that you need at that point after you've run the index is the appropriate terms to use. One of the other strong suits of FTK is that it does a very good job with manipulating registry files and database files. It can examine them, and it knows where to look. There are certain key indexes within a registry that we've talked about and database files that we've talked about that are key indicators of a particular type of activity. If you don't know what that is, go back to the SANS forensics download sheet and look at all those different possible registry keys that can give you information about the system that ties ownership to the adversary, and then the activity that you find in the files will then tie that file to that particular adversary, thus proving that they are guilty of this crime. So it does a really good job with database files. A couple of resources that I can offer you. For readings, one of the things that Access Data does is they give you an install guide, and it's on the FTK download page. What I really like is FTK has their own certification, and they created a series of videos for version 4, and these are on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/Access Data Group, choose the videos that are centered around ACE. That's the Access Data Certification Engineer. I think that's what it stands for. But it shows you all the interfaces and how to work with those interfaces under 4. It's done by the people who designed FTK. I can't do nearly as good of a job as they can. They designed it. I mean, I can learn the tool, but they're the experts at explaining it. So that's a great way to learn about common features of FTK. I'm going to dig into a few of these things. Let's talk about training the tool and some key features, and then we're going to go on to something new and different, training. Now, when you go into a court of law, you have to prove to them that you know how to run your tool and you understand your tool. The best way to do that is to go to the original vendors of that tool and say, I took the course from the people who wrote the individual tool. That assertion for forensics, since the forensics field is so new and since these tools, I won't say are so new, but are so unique and special built and special purposed, you really need to get that information from them, and you need to use that as part of your resume for becoming somebody who can present in a court of law if you want to get to the expert witness level. Most of the time, courts do not accept self-study, and it's very vendor specific. Okay? How much does it cost to do this? Well, the training for a boot camp is $3,500 for the boot camp, and then you get to work with the tool a lot. In order to protect the tool, there's actually a physical USB dongle that has to be inserted in the machine or the licensing server that allows you to access the tool. No ticky, no laundry. You can download the software anytime you want, but if you don't have that dongle, it's not going to run. It's going to say, where's the dongle? There are 2 ways to purchase this tool, which is different than other tools out there. You can do a subscription per year, which is $2,200 per year, or you can do a perpetual license, which is $4,000 plus $1,100 per year. So what this says is, if you're going to use FTK for more than 3 years, you break even with a subscription. Now, they can change the subscription price as they go along. But if you've got a long-term investment in FTK, you're probably going to plunk down that $4,000 plus the $1,100 a year to choose that particular tool. That's a little bit on FTK. We're going to look at screenshots next.